Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerhour. Let's get right to our top stories this morning, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. A man has been arrested in connection with a string of fires at local Walmart stores. The Clark County Fire Department released this surveillance video from one of the fires. Brian Ray Miller was arrested on 3 counts of first-degree arson. He's accused of setting fires in the last 2 months at Walmart stores on Boulder Highway and Eastern Avenue. One of the highway ramps into downtown Las Vegas is closing for nearly 3 months. The Nevada Department of Transportation said the US 95 southbound off-ramp to Casino Center will close at midnight on Monday. This is part of a project to renovate US 95 from Interstate 15 to Eastern Avenue. The off-ramp is scheduled to reopen at 5 a.m. on September 1st. 3 men accused of killing a 14-year-old girl in North Las Vegas, and prosecutors say they could face the death penalty. The Review-Journal's Jen Ah has the latest. Good morning, Jen.
Well, Renee, authorities are reporting the teen girl was fatally shot in the head back in 2019 while sitting on her boyfriend's lap inside a car.
State of Nevada versus Marcus Parker. State of Nevada versus Deshaun Williams. And the State of Nevada versus Marcus Covington.
You can hear the judge announcing the 3 defendants in this case. Prosecutors say this trio has ties with a gang and was involved in the killing of 14-year-old Amelia Scott. Their attorneys could not be reached for comment. Meanwhile, prosecutors say DNA evidence led to their arrest. The chief deputy DA says the prosecutors will decide whether or not to seek the death penalty by next month. Renee?
The Warfare Center at Nellis Air Force Base is getting a new commander. Major General Case Cunningham will assume command of the center at the ceremony on Friday. Most recently, Cunningham was a director at Joint Base Langley, Eustis in Virginia, but he also is familiar with Las Vegas. Now, since he is a former commander of the Thunderbirds, the Warfare Center at Nellis oversees more than 13,000 military and civilian personnel. We know it's hot right now in Nevada, really hot, but how hot could it get? Possibly hot enough to break an all-time record. Here we see folks in Laughlin cooling off at the Colorado River. Experts say there is a chance this community in southern Clark County could break the state's all-time temperature record this week. If you're wondering, that record is 125 degrees. It was set back in 1994. It's already been a record-setting week. On Wednesday, Las Vegas set a record for June 16th with a high of 116 degrees. Now let's take a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour Air is here for you. As we've seen all week long, widespread haze will continue to cover the valley between noon and 2 p.m. before burning off. Still in an excessive heat warning, sunny and hot with a high of near 113 degrees, light winds coming from the southwest. For the rest of the week, we will stay in the 114 range, evening lows in the upper 80s. Temperatures will begin to cool off just a bit. Triple digits will be below the 112 range heading into next week.
Here's the latest in sports. After falling 2-0 in the first period, the Golden Knights' comeback attempt fell short in a 3-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens Wednesday, snapping their 5-game winning streak in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup semifinals. The best-of-7 series is now tied at 1-1 and will shift to Montreal for Game 3 on Friday.
You know, a little disappointed, obviously, with our first 10 minutes. I think we should have been better. We had no excuse tonight, and you know, unfortunately, you get to the Final Four, you spot a team 2 goals. You're playing with fire.
In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, Love Your Smile Again, a nonprofit that serves the LGBTQ community is getting some help. Sands Care, the charitable arm of the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, is donating over $160,000 to the LGBTQ Center of Southern Nevada. The donation will help the center expand its community health center.
The goal is to serve not only the LGBTQ community, but also other populations in the downtown Las Vegas area, such as low-income residents and the homeless population.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, get ready to look up, a long way up, this 4th of July. The Strat announced it will offer a fireworks show on the 4th of July starting at 11 p.m. The fireworks will be shot from the Strat Tower, which stands over 1,100 feet tall. The tower itself will be lit in red, white, and blue, and the Strat will offer views of other fireworks shows on the Las Vegas Strip. Special viewing packages will be available for $40 starting at 7 p.m.
Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Travel Smoke and Cigar Shop. The Milwaukee Bucks are consensus 5.5-point home favorites today in Game 6 versus Brooklyn. The Nets are minus 225 at Circa Sports to advance after pulling out Game 5 on Tuesday and also reestablish themselves as plus 210 favorites to win the title. Brooklyn was a plus 155 underdog to win the series against the Bucks heading into Game 5, but pulled out a 114-108 victory behind 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists from Kevin Durant.
In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability, a resort on the Las Vegas Strip is getting a big refund from Clark County. Paris Las Vegas has settled a dispute with the county over room taxes. As a result, the casino is getting a refund of over $150,000.
So this dispute started in 2016 when Clark County had performed an audit of the Paris Hotel. And why we're seeing a resolution now 5 years later is because it had been going through the legal channels. Paris had sued the county for its interpretation of that audit, and we saw them go to battle here locally in state court. A judge agreed ultimately with the way that the Paris had been providing incentives or calculating incentives to certain guests.
In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. Ladies, dust off that gown, and gentlemen, polish that suit of armor. The Age of Chivalry Renaissance Festival is returning to Sunset Park starting October 15th. The 3-day event will feature food, beverages, music, and live performances, including full combat jousting tournaments and live combat battles. The festival is put on by Clark County Parks and Recreation. Tickets go on sale starting June 25th. Thank you for watching 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. If you have a Roku device, search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later on today for 7 at 7 p.m. From all of us here at the Las Vegas Review Journal, have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.